guys, welcome to my channel, and today I will be talking about my first work experience here in the Netherlands. I only had one actual job, and I did try a second one for maybe a few weeks, but it just was not working out. So if you would like to hear about my work experience here, then stick around for this video. Okay, so I moved to the Netherlands in November of 2015, and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to most likely start working right away. So that's not what my main focus was. I was just, trying to adjust to being in a new country. So after maybe a few months or so, I did try to reach out to a few places. I think maybe around 6 places over the course of 7 months or so, and I did not hear a single thing back from anyone. And then fast forward, so I moved here in November, so fast forward to October of 2016, I went to the US for around a month to visit my family, and when I came back, I thought it would be a good time to try to apply to some places again. So what I did was, because I still wasn't really good, with the language, and even to this day I'm still learning, I went on a few different sites, but I think the main one was Indeed. And what I did to have a little bit more success with the search is I just typed in English or Engels to bring up jobs that would fall under my language category. So I found 2 places, and one that I applied to, or I sent off my information, and I believe they reached out to me the following day. And another place that I reached out to, they, I think, contacted me 2 days later. So the first place that I went to, it was, I had to even take the train by myself for the first time to go to this, I guess you can say an interview. It was very, very casual though. So I went, and the place that they were recruiting for needed people, but they didn't need people to start for another few weeks. So they were kind of just keeping me, to the side, and then when they needed me, then they would contact me again about actually starting. So I thought, oh, okay, well, this is the first try. It's a little bit further than I've made it with, the other, places I've tried to apply for. So then the second place that I reached out to, they contacted me, about 2 days later from when I filled out, or when I sent off my information, and they actually asked me to come in the very next day to do a tour, just to get familiar with the place and to see if it's something I'm still interested in after seeing it. So I ended up going with this place because they were willing to start me a bit quicker. So when I went for the tour, at the end of the tour, they actually asked out of the group who was interested to start working tomorrow already. So I took that as my chance, and without even really thinking, I'm like, okay, well, this is what I'm doing now, because I had been here for so long without a job that I just wanted to be working somewhere. And they made it seem very temporary, that they were just looking for people through the holidays because it was near Black Friday, and maybe you would only be working maybe a month or 2. And in the end, I ended up working there around 2 years. And once, that period came, here with the job agencies, when you're working through them for a company, I believe, I'm not sure if things have changed because I haven't been working for a while, but once you're working for around 2 years for a company, then they actually, I guess, they reach a point where they have to take you on as a fixed employee of theirs, or they have to let you go. And that's kind of what happened in my situation, is that they didn't take me on as a fixed employee. So they just said, basically, we can only take on so many people, and we have enough. You did, you were really good, but we hope that you will come back and work for us again sometime, or something like that, because I believe you have to take a 6-month break, And then I actually could contact the agency again and go back to work at that same place. Now, whether or not I would want to, that's a different story. I mean, overall, the job was okay. It was much different than what I did in the States. I was, here I was working in a warehouse. So it was like pretty, sometimes it could be pretty physical, and I did do it a little bit while I was pregnant, but I actually worked up until I was, I think, 36 weeks pregnant, and I could have stopped at 34, but the work was like not too difficult at all, and everyone there was really helpful while I was pregnant as far as like lifting things, that I worked up until 36 weeks with no problem. And I got 4 months of maternity leave, which I thought was really, really nice. And when I returned back to work after, my maternity leave, they had actually gathered up money and got a gift for me, for Giovanni when he was born. So I thought that was really nice of them. The whole time wasn't really nice. So there were days where I was like irritated and like, oh, this job sucks. But I mean, overall, it was okay. Sometimes the days would be really long, and then with this kind of work, it wasn't like a fixed schedule. It was almost like you're on kind of like a standby, like your shift for the next day would be confirmed the night before. So say, for example, I would get like a schedule that showed I was working, say, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, for example. I could go to work on Monday, and I would plan to, say, not really be off, but maybe Tuesday show standby or something like that. So I'm at work Monday, and then by Monday evening around 5, maybe I'm still working, I would get an email that would confirm what my schedule actually is for Tuesday. So on my normal planning, it would show standby, and it would either still show standby or it would show a schedule. So maybe I think I'm free, but then I find out I do have to come to work at 9 in the morning or something, but I find that out at like 5 in the evening. So that was a little bit kind of annoying sometimes, but I never really worked full time, only during the big like holiday season, and other than that, I worked maybe 3 to 4 days in the week. Sometimes the days were a little bit longer than I would like, but then sometimes they were also really short. Sometimes the workload was much less than they expected, and everyone would work through it really fast, and then they would keep their fixed employees because they were actually under a contract for a certain number of hours, so they would need to stay. And us, like temporary employees, were able to go home. Sometimes they would either send you home, or they would just ask for volunteers to go, and usually I was kind of over it, and I would say, I'll go, because why stick around and there's not much to do. And the one good thing that I did like about that, so it was for a clothing brand in the US, the distribution center I was working at, and I think it was, from what I remember, it was one time in a year they would have a big sale, and this brand tends to have things that are pretty expensive, a little bit maybe overpriced in my opinion, but everyone has their thing. So during the sale, I actually got 2 parkas, and one of them, and they still have one similar to this on their website, but they have it for around 230 euros, and I actually got it for 20. Like, that was the best part, is just waiting for those sales that you would be invited to, and you can get like really good deals. So I would get like expensive coats for 20, like t-shirts, I could get for 4 euros. I think jeans I could get for like 6 euros. And so that's how I would like come up on some of my clothing. And I never even really wore this brand when I was living in the US, but I mean, if I could get the clothes for cheap, then why not? But after I was let go from that job, I just kind of decided, or we kind of decided, that it would just be best for me to stay at home with Giovanni and raise him, because like the childcare coverage wouldn't fully be covered, and if I was going to work just a couple of days in the week, especially at a place like that when you don't know 100% for sure when you're working. That would kind of be counterproductive to how the childcare works, because usually you would have to pick either the days of the week, I believe, that you will go, that the child will go, or you would pick just how many days in the week. And because I didn't know, when I would actually be working or when I would need to stay home 100%, then it would kind of be a waste if I had paid for a day of childcare already and then they put me as standby and then I don't need to work. So yeah, that was just kind of silly. So I thought, we thought that I would just stay at home with Giovanni. And yeah, so that's what I've been doing. And then, yeah, time went by, and then now I have another little one to take care of. So yeah, I'm just a stay-at-home mom now. Oh no, let me rephrase that. I'm not just a stay-at-home mom. I'm a stay-at-home mom. And I took the just out because I feel like a lot of people think stay-at-home moms don't really do much. Like, we're just sitting around on the couch, like watching all of our favorite TV shows. And that is not the case. There's sometimes there's days I'm like not even responding back to my friends for like 2 or 3 days, just because, not that I don't love them, because I love you guys, but I just don't have the time. Like, it's like if Giovanni needs something, then I'm busy with him, and then maybe when I'm done with him, then I have like Mateo that needs something, and then vice versa, and it's just like a repeating cycle. And then sometimes when I do get like a moment to myself, I just want to do something like, play around on the computer or try to learn a little bit more Dutch, or yes, maybe I do want to watch a TV show. And yeah, I can't really do that if I'm also like, busy on my phone. So yeah, sometimes I kind of leave my friends hanging a little bit, but they know how crazy, it gets for me here. So of course in the future I will be going back to work, but yeah, that's just not in the plan right now, because yeah, I like being at home and helping raise my boys. So yeah, and that'll just give me a little bit more time to hopefully learn Dutch, if they give me a little bit of free time in the day to do that. But yeah, so that is my experience on my first job here, and also why I'm not working now. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, I've only worked one place. There was a place during this 2 period that I was working at this warehouse. I did try a housekeeping job for just a couple of weeks. They have a period where you can, it was right after my maternity leave. They have a period where you can basically try out a job for a month to see if you're a good fit. You can see if you like it, and they can see if they like you. And after a few weeks of doing that, I realized that was not for me. To all of you, or to any of you that may be housekeepers, yeah, kudos to you, because yeah, I don't know how you do it. I couldn't do it anymore. It was too much for me. So yeah, I just stuck with that job that I had until they let me go. So if you have any questions regarding working here in the Netherlands, then just leave me a comment below, and I will try to answer it to the best of my abilities. But like I said, I've only worked one place here, so I don't have a wide variety of work experience with multiple companies. So yeah, I'm curious to see what kind of questions you guys have, and I will see you guys on the next video.